Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate the working key exchange implementation, which is one of the design exercises for week 8 for 608. Essentially, what my setup here does is I'm going to type out onto the board an artist and then a title of a song that they've written, and then it's going to encrypt that, send it to the server. The server is then going to decrypt that information, and then it's going to use or make a GET request to get the lyrics to that song. Then the lyrics to the song will be encrypted, sent back to the board, decrypted on the board, and then it will be displayed on the OLED for us to see. So first I'm going to demonstrate it. We have it working with tilt controls here, so I can spell it out by tilting. So I'm going to start by spelling out Billy Joel. Okay, so I've spelled out Billy Joel using short, quick button presses. Now to let the setup know that I'm done, I use a long press, and now that's been sent off. So that was the artist, and now I'm going to give a title for a song. We'll use Piano Man. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to use another long press, and it's going to it's going to encrypt and send that request to the server, and then after the whole process is complete, I should get back the lyrics to Piano Man displayed on this OLED. It says song title received, and then there you go. You have the starting lyrics to Piano Man. Okay, and we can start it over. And I guess I should probably show another one, even though it's already been 3 minutes and this is very time consuming. I will do that. So we'll start with a song by Bon Jovi. Okay. Artist done. Now for the song title. So there we go. I spelled out "It's My Life." Note that you don't have to do spaces if you don't want to. I used spaces before, but it also works without spaces. Song title received. And there we go. There are the song lyrics. So that was rather difficult to do while recording, but now we can walk through sort of the code. Like, how does this work, right? So effectively we have our Arduino program here, and it has, we'll go down to the setup function. So, you begin, you initialize the OLED, you connect to Wi-Fi, and then you define some variables by calling this initiate function. What this initiate function does, if we scroll up, we say that it initiates communication with the server and retrieves the values P, M, and T, which are used for the encryption method that we're using, which will basically allow us to decrypt the message with the values that we have, both here on the Arduino and also on the server, but not unless you have all those values. So once we have those, we generate a random key for A, or we generate a random value for A, then we calculate the key using all those 4 values, and then we generate this value TA, which we use later. Then during the loop, we call getter.update. Well, what's getter.update? Getter is something I call like a lyric getter, which is this object, which is basically a big state machine, which will return what you type out on the OLED into into what you want. You have the artist's name here, right? And then you get the artist name and the name of the song, and you combine that down here. Then you call the lookup function, which will basically send it to the server. We go up here. This is the lookup function. Basically looks up the lyrics of the song. You connect to the server, just like in the initiate function. Pass through the arguments in that we specified below, and then we'll get back the encrypted song lyrics, and then we will, where are we? We will decrypt them using our decryption method, which is all detailed below. And on the server side of things, we have first and foremost the request handler, which will be able to deal with the values that we get. On the first call, if you call initiate, it'll create a new SQL database to store only the local values, right? Because it doesn't have A. It has all the other values, though, that it uses to generate the key that it needs, since servers are naturally stateless. And then once it receives a message, it'll run this code, which will decrypt the message and then turn that into lyrics by calling execute, and then execute will get lyrics. And then once it does that, it'll encrypt it and it'll return that in this get statement. And the method I use to get lyrics is by making a URL call to AZLyrics and then using Beautiful Soup to extract the lyrics, which is all going to be detailed there. But yeah, that is the design exercise.